Hey friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I'm going to insert the board data in the MySQL database. So as you can see here that I'm present in the db.sql file. So the first thing that I'm going to do, as you can see here, this is the table. So I will copy this and I will paste it, and after that I will just change the name of this from roles to boards like this. And after that, let me just change the name here like this. So basically it will insert the email address and it will also insert the board name, or that I will insert it. Alright, so these are the two credentials that I'm going to insert in this boards table. So let's save this and go to the insert.go file, and after that let me just copy this function and let's paste it down here. And now let's make some modifications like insert board, and the next thing is the board here. Similarly, the create table is 6, not 5th, because 5th is this one. So now this is the 6th table, and let's write boards like this. Similarly, boards like this. So it will insert inside the boards table these two values, the email address and the boards. After that, let's write board here like this. So now this will work fine. So let's save this and go to the find.go file, because I'm also going to use this find board functionality when I will work on this. But first of all, I need to create like a find board. And after that, let's write board. Let's remove these two strings and just write one. Let's remove this role and write board instead. Remove the email address also, because this is the only thing that I'm requiring. And after that, let's remove this roles and email address and just write boards from what you can say boards. Alright, so let's write the email and the password, boards like this. So what it does, basically it will select the board, from the boards table. Alright, so as you can see here that inside this board table there is another board that is present in it. So similarly, it will select the boards from the board table where the email and the password, where the email and the board is this. So basically it will find the board, this find functionality will find the board based on the email address and the board name. So if both of these credentials are matched, then in that case it will give me this board, otherwise it will not give me. Alright, so let's write board, because based on this email address and this board name it will find the board, otherwise it will not find it. So let's remove this and write board only, because this board is specific to this one. Because when the user will give the email address and the board name, it will scan this table, this board table, and after that it will give me this board value that is here. Alright, so it will, this is the query and this is the result that I have written it here. So this is the board that it will be giving me, and this is the email and the board that basically are the credentials. These two credentials, based on these two credentials, this board will be given to me. Alright, so I hope you understood. So basically the name is the same, but the results are different. That's the thing, but it will not confuse you. First of all, it will check the board from the board table, and based on the email address and the board, this board will be detected and it will be given to me. If it is not given to me, then it will give me empty string. Alright, if it is given to me, then it will return the board. Alright, so yeah. So let's save this and let me just check whether it contains any error or not. Nothing. Alright, so everything is fine. Let's go to the setboard.go file, because I'm going to use these functions. So what I will do, I will first of all go to the mydev.go file, and inside it you can see that this is the code that I'm going to copy. And let me just delete this and copy the code that I paste the code that I copied. So after that, let's write what you can say user board. This will be the variable name. Similarly, member board, this will be the variable name. And after that, instead of writing find department, I will write find board. The similar case with this one also, find board. So as you can see here that inside it, the find board is not just requiring the email address, it is also requiring the board name. So the board name will also be given. So I will just write the board name like this, and this is the board name also that I will give. So basically this is the board name that I have not declared yet, but what I will do, I will declare it. So let's go to the what you can say, set mem, and take these flags that I'm going to insert it. All right, so this is the flag. All right, let's write board flag, and this is the board name. Let's write like board name, and after that let's go to the setmem.go file again and copy this flag that the user will give like this, and change the name of it like board B, and let's write set board like this. Change the message of it like set the specify the board name to setup. So basically when the user will insert the command here in the command prompt, proctl set board and the board name, so this flag will be used, B flag will be used to give the board name. So once this board name is given, it will be fetched here like this. It will be fetched by using this board name variable. Once it is fetched, once the board that the user has given in this command line, once this board is fetched, then after that this board name will be used here. So the account name will be given and the board name will be given. So based on these two credentials, it will find the board, that whether this board exists in the MySQL database or not. So if it is not exist, then it will give me an error. If it does exist, based on these two credentials, then it will execute the code. All right, so yeah, now it is not giving me an error. So let's write inside this if statement like if user board, length of user board like is equal to 0 and user board is not equal to board name. I will show you what it does, but first of all let me just write this if else statement. So let's write errors new, the board by this name does not exist, is not present like this. The board by this name is not present. And after that, let me just write like MySQL insert board, and I will give the email address that will be the account email address and the board name like this. All right, so let me just copy this and I will insert it here like this. And now let's write member board, and this is going to be the member board again, and this is fine, and this should be not account email, instead member account email like this. All right, so yeah, so what it does basically, this if statement will check that whether the user board is present or not. So if the user board is equal to empty and the user board is not equal to board name, all right, so if the user board that is found in the MySQL database, as you can see here, the user board is found in the MySQL database. If that board is not equal to the board name, so in that case, it will see that whether the database board, whether this database board is equal to the board name that the user has given in the command line. If both of them are matched, then it will check that it will give me this message that hey, the board by this name is already present. Like not present, it should be already present like this. The board by this name is already present. Why? Because this board name is now equal to the user board in the else statement. All right, so if the board name is equal to the user board, then it will give me this else message. But if the user board is not equal to the board name, then it will insert the board, because it is not present in the MySQL database. That's the reason that it will insert the board in the MySQL database. And this command is basically the length of user board is equal to 0. Why I have written this? Basically, I want this board to be entered in the MySQL database for the first time also. Let's say currently there is no board present in the MySQL database. So if the user wants to enter the board in the MySQL database for the first time, then it will also check that if the user board is equal to 0. It means that if the user board is empty, it is not present in the MySQL database, then it will also insert that board. And if the user board is not equal to the board name, then it will also insert the board. All right. But if, let's say, the user board is equal to the board name, means the data is already present in the MySQL database, then it will not insert the board. Why? Because it will give me this message that, hey, the board by this name is already present, so you cannot enter multiple board names by the same name. All right, so this is the thing. And similar case will be applied in the member board, in which it will check that whether the member board is equal, length is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then it will insert it. And if the member board is not equal to the board name, then it will also insert the member board by the name of member account. But let's say if the member board is already present, then it will give me this message that, hey, the board by this name is already present, so you cannot enter it. All right, so I hope you understood. So let's save this, and after that, yeah, so let's write go install. And once it is installed, let me just go to the MySQL database and delete the board. If it is present, use proctl, select from boards. As you can see here that these are the boards that are present, so I will delete this, drop table boards. Like this. So now if I show you, there is no board present here, so let me just write proctl status. You can see that Kaifa is logged in, so Kaifa is the member, so this command will be executed. All right, proctl, what you can say, set board B for the board, that is the flag, so Kaifa board. So now it will not give me a message because I have not inserted it, but it will insert the data. As you can see here, the data is inserted here. So I need to give the message also here that the board is successfully inserted. Like this, and give the message here also. So now the board is successfully inserted. Let me just try to go install. So now if I give the same Kaifa board again, you can see the board by this name is already present. Because this name is already present, that's the reason. But let's say if I enter another name, Kaifa board 1, then it will insert it because this name is not present. You can see here, both are the same email addresses, but the board name is changed here. This one is different from this one. All right. So after that, let's write proctl logout, and let's log in with another account, that is the admin account, Winstree. So now if I type set board B, and let's write Wins board. Now you can see the board is successfully inserted. As you can see here, the board is successfully inserted by the name of Wins board. If I type again, you can see the board by this name is already present, so you cannot insert it. Similarly, if I type Wins board 1 or Wins board 2, the board is successfully inserted. As you can see here, that these two boards are different by name, so that's the reason that it will not give me an error. All right. So yeah. So after that, let's write git add, git commit. Set up the board and inserted the data in the MySQL database. And git push origin master. Yep. So let's open this, refresh this, 82. So this time 83. Set up the board and inserted the data in the MySQL database. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you understood and liked this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.